Welcome to East Coast Reviews. Today we're doing another bourbon examination. We got once again Dan from FL Reviews. Cheers, Dan. He is not Mike today, so anybody joining is gonna have no clue who this guy is.
I wonder how many times he's been Mike.
And we also got Bumpy from Bumpy Road Brews. Check them both out. Make sure you go over to their channel, subscribe. I'll leave a link to their channels in the description. When you post it on StreamYard, it doesn't post a link, so I have to retype your names, but I'll fix that after. So we're gonna go over this with 6 categories. First being aesthetics, then nose, then flavor, then mouthfeel, finish, value. Aesthetics is 10 points. Nose 20 points, flavor 20 points, mouthfeel 20 points, finish 20 points, value 10 points, all equaling 100 points total. So we got today Knob Creek 9. I bought a pint for $20. So this is just their standard entry level bottle, I guess you could say, for Knob Creek. It's technically the same people who own Jim Beam Centauri is the company. Release date is ongoing. Proof is 100 proof. This is technically a small batch. It does say on the side, small batch, 9-year, with a mash bill of 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley, and MSRP as far as 2020 was $35 for $750. I paid, like I said, $375, $20. I don't know what size bottles you guys got.
Crafted for superior taste and smoothness.
There are multiple reasons I overpaid for this bottle by a lot. So directly down the street from my house, I have a liquor store that just opened. They don't have a big selection. So they only had the giant one. I'm not going to buy that. So I went to the other one that's the other end of the street, and $28.99. So
really, that's crazy.
Basically, if I want
$19.99.
Yeah, that's what I paid. Yeah,
it's a small town liquor store. They upcharge. I don't know.
How much was the handle? You would have been better off buying the handle.
$48.99.
Oh, never mind.
So basically, if I'm buying liquor, I need to go 40 minutes on my way to get the good prices. Otherwise, I pay the small town's tax, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, we'll get more into that when we get to value at the end, after we've tried it, tasted everything. I think everybody's got. Oh, Dan, you got yours isn't open. Me and Bumpy have opened and tried ours, so that's definitely something to take.
I've tried mine a little more than
into consideration. Leave me alone, fruit fly. So so mine and Bumpy's bottles had a little bit of time to open up. Dan's is a fresh crack.
I'm a cracker right now. Yeah.
Fresh crack, fresh pour.
You notice the shape? It's kind of shaped like a.
I do like the you get the body on the back of the bottle. It's
it's for your fingers.
So
okay. So I tried looking it up before how to read the lot code, but I do have a lot code. It's.
Oh, you got a lot code?
Right down there. It's laser etched, or not laser etched, but printed. But I don't know how to read it, pertaining to what.
Yeah, I have no idea
and stuff, but I don't know. One really cool thing about this bottle for me,
in the
this label, I love on the back here how it lists per 1.5 fluid ounce average analysis calories, 122, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 fat. Cool. That's dope. That's cool. You kind of know what you're getting into.
As far as aesthetics, I think I like the label. A lot of information. I think that's the one thing that I would have to definitely point out is the amount of information it gives you on such a small label.
What do you do? Twist this?
Yeah, you just crack it.
Yeah, I kind of twist it back and forth, and then just peel it. It's
okay.
Taped.
Yeah,
I see.
But yeah, they give a lot of information. They tell you it's small batch. Of course, like I've said before, doesn't really mean much nowadays because they don't actually tell you how many barrels they're using. But it does tell you it's a 9 year, so you're getting a 9 year bourbon, 50% alcohol by volume. And yeah, I do like how they're very straightforward with their label. Sometimes you see a lot of like big numbers on labels, and it'll just be like number 7, like Jack Daniel's number 7, and then some people who are new to whiskey might be confused and think it's a 7 year bourbon. But nope.
This actually says 9 aged.
9 year, yep.
9 years.
Yeah. So as far as aesthetics, so we should start scoring now, right?
I like the
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
Neck.
Yeah.
The wax neck has a stamp.
We gonna call it out? Should I say what I give mine? I'm gonna say a 7. 7 because I do like the amount of information.
He likes it so much he had to leave.
We overshadowed him.
Yes, pretty much. So, anyways, I don't know. I'll give mine I'll give it an 8. I think this is I think it's a sexy bottle.
It's an interesting the flask. That's what I was trying to say. It kind of reminds me of the shape of a flask.
Yeah. But I like all the waves.
Yeah, it has a place for it's like fingers. Your fingers fit right in there.
Yeah.
Like so you can drink out of it like it's a flask. They're like they want you to buy this from the liquor store and open it up in the car and just sit there and just
little technical difficulties. I don't know why my thing just disconnected. You're saying that
I'm at an 8 as well. I'll give it an 8.
An 8 because it looks like you could just drink it right out of the bottle.
Yeah, I like the labeling too. I like how it's like different shapes and sizes.
Yeah,
it's wavy at the bottom, flat on the top. That black
nice
portion there is.
Let's pour it up and go over the color of the. We didn't even talk about the color of the actual
fresh pop. Oh, the wax came off first.
Oh, and it's also not a screw top.
Yeah. All right, fresh pop. That was a nice one.
Yeah, it sounded like this.
So I am eager to try this because oh boy.
Does Tanner not want to hang out with us tonight?
I don't know. But I'm eager to try this because I tried this once when I first started the bourbon. And I didn't really care for it that much, but now I've had a lot of different bourbons, so I want to go back to it. I just had like a little bottle of it.
In the glass, it's got that nice kind of honey amber coloration. Legs, of course. I mean, pretty much any hard liquor is going to leave some type of legs with alcohol. It's a higher percentage.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the kind of like, it's a very dark, oaky, kind of molasses kind of color. There we go, Tanner.
Unreal.
Check your camera settings. Make sure you ain't got it on 4K. If you got it on 4K, it'll overheat maybe. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. So what happens to yours?
No, mine's on 4K.
Well, I
as long as I stream. Using the mini USB, right?
Yeah, with I use the same thing that you told me to buy.
Yeah, make sure sometimes it's fickle. Gotta make sure it's got a good plug in there. Anyways. Did you pour yours there, Tanner?
Yes, I did pour mine. Nice coloration to it. Nice caramel. Kind of going.
It's almost got a hue of red to it.
Amber. I was gonna say nice amber.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is going swimmingly. All right. You want to get into the
Don't ever purchase anything on Amazon that
nose.
tells you to buy. All right,
I
people.
get like a
It ain't
kind
that,
of like
brother.
a cream bowl.
Just giving you this right now.
When's the last time you updated
Nothing,
your
man.
computer?
I don't know, man.
It's all about drivers.
You're a driver.
Do you want to
Dolly
restart your
driver.
computer?
No, I'm good. All right. We're going over the nose, right?
Seriously, if it does it again, check your settings on your camera. See what it's at.
It's probably at 4K. It's probably why it's doing that. I don't know. It hasn't done that before, though, when I have the dummy battery. I'll figure it out. A little bit of ethanol in the nose, but I get a lot of nuttiness.
Yeah, I get kind
Yeah,
of like a cream brulee.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like burnt caramel. I mean, burnt vanilla, burnt cream, kind of.
Yeah.
Definitely a good amount of some type of dried fruit. Definitely not sweet enough to the point where like cherry, but more of like
I'd say apricot.
like a raisin.
I'd get like a dried apricot.
I get like a raisin.
I'm getting Werther's Original.
Yeah, I can see butterscotch.
Makes sense. You can definitely get the spice. You get a little bit of that.
Oh yeah.
You get a little bit of that spice. You get a little bit of that proof, the ethanol, the
The spice comes through and burns the nose with the ethanol.
So I learned something when doing the nose with whiskey.
You drink a hazy New England on the side.
No. Open your mouth a little bit when you do the palate or the nose.
It makes it even more alcohol.
It adds the extra air to it.
Mint. Why do I get like a mint now that I do that?
It's like I shoved a cinnamon stick up my nostrils.
But when you do that, you can't do it very close because it's.
I don't know. It's good.
Totally
but
changes it.
Even after opening up, it's still a little ethanol kicky on the nose. What are you doing? Are you chugging out of your nostrils?
Yeah, it's sort of like a butt chug, except the other end.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. All right, let's. Did
you guys smell? I'm gonna smell everything like that now.
Did you guys say?
It does open it though, right?
Did you guys say your numbers for the aesthetics? Do you see the numbers?
You weren't with us when we said them?
No, I probably was trying to fix my camera.
It's probably just a loose connection.
No, it's weird. It's fine. Let's not jinx it anymore. It's
Okay.
not
We both gave it an
yes. We moved on, Tanner.
Okay. Nose. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I like it. I wish I got a little bit more just kind of like sweetness out of it. It's a little bit more punchy and boozy on the nose. Like Bumpy was saying, the kind of cinnamon peppery spice is kind of.
Dude, I'm getting huge
Like
waves of snickerdoodle. Like snickerdoodle.
Does that have some type of nut in it?
Yeah. Snickerdoodles, like
I don't know. I'm not really.
It's like a sugar cookie with like cinnamon and stuff on it.
I'm gonna say on the nose, I'm gonna go 12. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. It's okay. There's definitely some other stuff that I've had that smells a lot better. It's a little bit ethanol-y.
I get a little bit of cinnamon too as it keeps going.
It's kind of hard to get past the booze with this one, but for the most part, like I said, I get a little bit of raisin, touch of caramel. What do you guys said? Burnt like cream, burnt vanilla.
I don't know, man. Like,
I kind of get that.
I don't get really a lot of the ethanol. Maybe it's because I'm not like got it.
Yours is fresh, dude. You just opened yours. We've had ours.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, overall, I'm gonna give it a 12 for the nose. I'm not really a big fan of it. It's okay. It's not bad. You do get I would say the oak is definitely present as well. You get you get the age.
Yeah,
I'm going 14
in this one. You're at a 14.
14. See, I'm thinking a little bit more than average, just a little bit better than your typical bourbon, probably in this price range, $30 to $40.
I enjoy the notes. I like the kind of where it is different types of dessert type notes to me. I'm at a 17 for the nose.
Honestly, you know what I smell a little bit?
You might have me go up. I can see myself going up a little bit, but because now that it's maybe it's just because
it's like there's enough different
actually
notes that we're able to pick out of it. Yes, it's ethanol forward.
There's a couple whiskey reviewers that say you should let it sit in the glass before you nose it for however many minutes, depending on what age it is. So if it's like a 9-year bourbon, you let
so we
it.
have to let it sit in here for 9 years.
No, 9 minutes is what.
Now that I just swirled it and stuff, I am getting that. I'm getting apple.
So after,
Still
after
snickerdoodle, but I'm getting a little apple too.
I can see this kind of opening up now that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of honey. I actually just want to dive in and talk about the flavor, but
let's dive in.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I am gonna go up to. I'll go up to a 14 for the nose. Let's dive in, try it out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
This is where it's at. Flavor's where it's at. The initial upfront flavor is really good. Nice and buttery. Oh, it's got a kick on the back end, though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one hits your gut and sets it on fire.
So I did have a sample.
I get like a cherry cordial finish.
Kind of that like lights a match in your gut, huh, Dan?
I'll tell you one going on.
I've seen that.
It's more just. Ooh.
Going on?
It's a little boozy. The upfront initial flavor is really. I like the. I think this is one of the whiskeys that I really like the upfront initial flavor, but then that finish is a little.
So this would not be my first taste of whiskey today. When I actually went and bought this, I tried a sample of Yellowstone. They're like, "Hey, you want to try a sample?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." But
it is so. Let's just say one more time. It is 75% corn, 13 rye, 12% malted barley. I see that corn shining through on the palate.
Yeah, definitely.
On the palate is where the corn is definitely more noticeable. It's like sweet, like buttered corn, like caramel buttered, like maybe like caramel buttered popcorn kind of esque.
So for me, I know Bumpy's going to disagree right off the bat, but for me, I'm this kind of drinks more like sort of like Buffalo Trace a little bit. That corn kind of shines through.
Okay. Buffalo Trace products are a little bit more cherry. Knob Creek, Jim Beam.
For you.
What?
For you.
Yeah, well, I think like typical.
It to me it does have that cherry finish. I picked
their yeast, something with their yeast or the way they make their product does give it more of like a. It's kind of like that signature taste, like you would get with like a brewing company, but it's kind of the same as like a distillery, like Evan Hill, Evan Williams, and Beam Centauri, Jim Beam and stuff. They have that like signature kind of nutty like flavor.
Besides the complexity, like how hot it comes off, it comes off more of a like younger whiskey, not 9 years.
Yeah,
like for me is
it's not as smooth. It does
right the hotness. Like I have a 4-year-old Black Button, and that's primarily corn. And it drinks almost like that, just kind of drinks young as far as the hotness. But the complexity of the taste counteracts that for me.
You get kind of peanut brittle with this. A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's definitely got like that nutty caramel. Initial like caramels, like sweet buttery corn. Yeah, it's.
What do they call those? Those Munchum bars?
I don't know.
They come in like the red foil with the gold letter Munchum. It's like a peanut brittle kind of bar type thing. I have to look it up. But
I can see the peanut brittle, but I think it's more toffee forward too.
I'm still getting that snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle. I had a single malt whiskey from a distillery in South Kingstown, Rhode Island, and it was a whiskey from a stout mash or something. But it had like chocolate and coffee notes. It was actually really good. But they wanted like $50 for a bottle. I was like, yeah.
Here you go.
Munch peanut bar, but that's just straight peanut and caramel, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Sort of like almost like a payday.
Isn't peanut brittle a little bit more like super caramelized and
More crispy.
yeah.
But I could get that too. A little payday.
That's more like salty. That munch bar would probably be a little bit more like salty, like peanut.
Yeah. So I find this unique only for the fact that there's such this like delicate kind of baking spice on it for me.
I think this,
but
that's
the oaky.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that oak astringency on the back end. Like I said, it definitely, you can tell that it's got some age behind. You can tell by the appearance. You can tell by the nose. You can tell on the palate.
You know what I'm getting reminiscent of a lot, and
it is a
couple of them. I drank a couple Bourbon counties from my cellar this past week. I'm getting the wafts of like that oaky kind of thing you get out of the Bourbon County out of this. Like
Bourbon
it's reminding me
County
of it.
used Knob Creek though, did they?
What's that?
Bourbon County's never used Knob Creek barrels, though, right?
I think they did the past year in the special.
So, what do you guys want to give it for flavor? What do you guys? I'm going to give it a 17. I think
I'm at a 13.
Oh, I like I think the flavor is really where they shines.
I think the aromas for me were better, but that seems to be with most whiskeys. I seem to like the aromas more. I like candles, I guess. I don't know.
I can see myself going down to a 16 though. Just because maybe like the complexity isn't really all there. Maybe I kind of want to.
I mean, it's kind of that burn. It's just it kind of burns.
I can see it. Yeah, I can. I'll go to a 16.
I would just like a smoother.
17 seems a little. Yeah.
I know that's kind of the finish. I mean, that's going
kind
to
of
the finish, I guess. But
I'm going 15.
15. Yeah, I think
I like the taste, but man, it's like a little ninja going down my esophagus.
I was liking some of the
throwing stars in.
Yeah. Bumpy, the 30th anniversary this past year. It was Basil Hayden's, Booker's, Baker's, and Knob Creek.
Dude, I saw some Basil Hayden's.
The 10-year just came out.
A bit out of my price range right now, but they have like a toasted almond one or something like that. They have a few different varieties. Seemed really good.
I think this mouthfeel's got some heft to it. A little bit.
Yeah. So we're going into the fields.
Yeah, I mean, just come off the flavor. I mean, I'm not moving to it.
It has that coating, like it kind of coats almost like a more liquid honey.
And the legs on that. I mean, all bourbons, but it's just oiling down.
Well, it's almost like an oil painting. I mean, it will stick on the glass where you can look at it. You can see, you can create mountains that, it's the rain is starting to go. But the mountain, like, top and everything just stays there and just lingers. Yeah, it definitely has this oily consistency to it.
So are you traditionally, Tanner, like, if you're doing a knob, are you going this or like the 12-year? Or that sounded
doing a knob.
Pause. But if you're going to drink knob, like, is this your go-to?
I mean, what I bought the other day. This is a difference though. So I found. So this was, let's say this is like $35, right? This is the regular 9-year. They had this 9-year single barrel at 120 proof
Ooh.
for 50. So this is definitely good value. 120, $50, you know. But I typically don't
that's
drink
a bottle.
I typically am not like I'm usually not really. I'll drink them. I don't mind them. I wouldn't give them bad scores. But typically, I don't
We'll
really
find
hunt or want to drink too many bourbons that have that like overly nutty peanut buttery flavor. Like I feel like if I want that, and then, you know, if that's really the flavor profile I'm looking for, and I don't want to spend too much. I mean, value all day is the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond white label. And I guess you could kind of compare that to this. Bottle and Bond is much younger. It's probably like 4-year, I think Bottle and Bond has to be.
I saw that today.
But it's like $18 and it's 50%, 100 proof. So you're getting half the age, but you get solid flavor. That would be a good one to compare because it is half the price. See, comparing half the price and half the age. That's a cool one to think about.
I'm going to give mouthfeel 13.
Mouthfeel, I'm very confused with mouthfeel. I mean, it kind of feels like it's a little bit thinner than what 50% 100 proof I've had from some other whiskeys. But I don't know. I think it's solid. It's definitely. What did you give it?
13.
13.
I'm at a 16 from the feel.
I think I'm gonna go 13 with you because I want to give it like a 12. But
Isn't that weird? Like your
not
statement
as
right
really
there,
huh?
your statement kind of defines what this is so far. Like your
What?
statement, it's like you're kind of. It's weird because the mouthfeel isn't what you would typically think because of the proof. And then I said the hotness of this kind of reminds me of a younger whiskey and not 9-year. It's like there's a lot of things you expect out of this that between like me and you, maybe a different aspect that we're not getting.
Yeah,
Maybe they just did addition and they had 9 barrels that they aged for a year and then blended them to make 9.
I don't think they did that. Technically, they have to do. Technically, even if it was a blend, they have to put the youngest age. But
Maybe they use the wood from pallets.
No, it's one distillate. It's a small batch, so they take a bunch of barrels, blend them and put them together. You know, they dump it into a big batch. You know, that's why when you get like a single barrels, some people don't even really put out reviews on because, or like give numbers because technically it's a single barrel, so it's like that's one barrel, so it's like a one and done. Whereas like small batches, they take whatever distillate they have, bunch of 9-year-old barrels, put it together, put it in one big batch, and then bottle it. We'll probably distill it down. I mean, not distill it down, water it down to 100 proof. But yeah,
the reason why I gave mine a 16 for the mouthfeel is because I'm looking at last time, and I gave, which last time we did the 1792.
Yeah.
And I gave that came off a bit thin for me, but it was still like decent for everything else that was going for it. And I was at a 15 on that one. So I figured, well, I kind of do like the feels of this one a bit more. and it just goes in line with some of the other thicker ones that we've had.
No.
I gave mine a 12, the 1792. Now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. See, I was at a 15 on that, so I'm at a 16 on this. So it's really not.
Yeah. See, makers, I gave 16.
Yeah.
12 on the 12
On
on the
makers, I gave a 16 as well.
Yeah. Four Roses, I gave a 4.
I gave that a 15, I believe.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 13 from mouthfeel. Finish is I like the peppery spice and
It does leave a good spice, doesn't it?
a bit of oak astringency.
There is a lingering flavor.
Definitely
It's a bit hot. It's a bit hot for me. To really
Choosing
like it. For 9 years, I think it's a bit hot. That's
Yeah.
another statement on its age. Is I thought it would have been a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, it is hot, but like it's lasting. That kind of
Oh yeah, there's plenty of flavors that are lasting, like the toffee notes and the oakiness. Everything lingers on and carries on.
like I'm thinking.
I think that has to do with the viscosity of it, the feel, like how it does kind of coat the tongue and everything.
It does kind of leave a little bit of like you kind of salivate after a sip.
Yes,
It doesn't like dry out your palate.
that's a good point. Yeah,
But it is a 9 years, so you do get a little bit of the astringency, but it's not astringent to the. I think it's the flavor that, like, you know. I like it. It's a high corn mash bill.
I tell you.
9 years old, 100 proof. Not really much you could say bad about it. Now we really don't have complexity on here.
I think that's factored in the finish, right?
Yeah,
Flavor.
Yeah.
Factored into flavor and finish, probably.
Yeah.
I'm at a 14 on finish.
I just kind of took a sip and just kind of let it sit in my mouth and do its thing and kind of warm up even more. And there's just that baking spice and that little bit of apple and cherry kind of popped a little bit.
Do you remember what you gave 101 as far as finish, Dan?
I
don't even.
No, that one the paper got something spilled on.
Oh, 101.
Yeah, I only have.
101 finish, I gave a 16. I really liked it. 101 finish, I gave a 16. The Russells, I gave a 17. So if I were to compare this to the Russells and the 101, I would definitely say that the finish is not as really significant or unique.
I'm gonna give it
but it's good. It's a good. This is a really good whiskey. You know what this type of whiskey is? I'm gonna call it out right now. This is the whiskey where you walk into a bar, or you're hanging out with people, or you go to some random place that serves whiskey. You say, "Let me get a pour of that." It's a solid pour. You know what it is. It's gonna be friggin' everywhere. This is a whiskey that I wouldn't mind ordering. As far as like getting another bottle and like really drinking this like that, it's just like it's mediocre. There's definitely some other products that I would enjoy, I think, a little bit more.
I'm giving it a 12.
Finish, I think, yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you with a 12. I think that's fair.
I mean, Bumpy did allude to it at the beginning of the video. You got the little fingerprint divots, so
it's this is totally like, or you're going out. This is like
are you going out fishing?
This fits perfect in your pocket, man.
Yeah.
And then you got the finger holders on the back. Finger holders.
Yeah. It's seriously, it's on it's right where you put your fingers.
Oh, I'm fancy. There's a wax cork on top. I'm totally not just drinking this outside fishing. You know, it makes you look a little bit more fancy.
If there's anybody from the Knob Creek Distillery, the shape of this
Let me
bottle
get
is
a
this
shot of Jim
was
Beam.
this made
No,
to
let me get a
drink
shot
out
of
of the bottle
Creek.
like a flask?
What sounds fancier?
That would be, you know what? That'd be my first question. If I went on like a tour at Knob Creek, that'd be like my first question. Did you purposely make the bottle like that for your fingers?
No, we did it because it looks fancy. It's a cool
Oh,
bottle. I will say
yeah.
I do like it. You can't go wrong with this design. It's really, this is a badass design. They're sticking corks on a freaking pint, bro. I like it.
Yeah.
It could have been corkier cork.
No, it could have been a freaking
rubber.
stupid. Could have been a trash can screw cap.
It could have been a beer bottle.
The only
cap.
screw
Drink
caps
it all
that I
at
like,
once.
the only screw caps that I like are the old school Weller ones. They don't do the. I think the Special Reserve is still technically a screw cap, but I'm pretty sure all the other Wellers are all corks. The one that I brought to Beer Tour Palooza was a cork. And turns out Steven has like 7 of these bad boys. We didn't really even drink that much though. But yeah, this used to be a screw cap.
I got my score, my complete score.
Yeah, I gotta do my value.
Yeah, I'm thinking
My
about
value shot for me.
I think this is where I can talk very highly about this bottle. You know where you're getting. It's distillate from Beam Centauri, which is technically
Oh, that's right. We didn't do the value yet.
Jim Beam. So you know you're getting it from a reliable source. They're slapping a really nice 9-year-old label on the front of it. Definitely a bargain for today's market with whiskey. So you know you're getting your value. Telling you it's a small batch, but I personally don't really, consider small batch anything more than just putting a fancy name on a bottle nowadays, considering they can just tell you it's a small batch. And unless they're actually telling you how many barrels they're using in their small batch, doesn't make a difference. But overall, I definitely think so. If this is $20, and like I said, let me look it up on Yankee Spirits. Let me see, because they're typically MSRP.
I gave mine a 5.
5. Really? Wow, that's kind of low.
Yeah.
I paid $28.99 for this, bro.
Oh yeah, well that's true.
Yeah, I gave mine. I gave mine a 9, a 9 for value.
Dan.
Okay, I'll say this. For this scoring round, I got to give it a 5. However, if I'm going to base it on the average MSRP, I'll bump it up to 6.
$7.50 is $37 now.
Okay.
They have a smoked maple bacon one.
Yeah.
Or
I keep seeing that, and I want to try it.
Smoked maple, sorry, not bacon. Smoked maple.
I've had this. I used the smoked maple is what I used when I made my.
There's a maple bacon whiskey.
When I did my Bourbon Road.
I mean, $37, $7.50 for a 9-year 100 proof.
It's the same price. It's the same price as the Maker's Mark.
And you're getting a 9-year, but this is a corn. This is a corn rye.
Like Maker's
barley. Maker's is a weeded. I'm gonna go. I think this really holds its own with the value. I'm gonna go 8 on this. 8 out of 10 for the value. I like it.
I got my total.
Actually, yeah, you figure you can get a Eagle Rare 10-year.
It's also higher ABV than Maker's.
It's higher ABV than Eagle Rare 10-year too.
Yeah.
What was the 10-year? What's the ABV on the 10-year Russells?
What was that?
I think
40,
45.
3?
It's probably 45. I got it right behind you, Dan. You didn't have to go nowhere. 45%, 90 proof. So 10-year, 45%. This
Yeah,
was
I got it right up here too.
This was what, $40?
Mine was like 43.
So if you figure, as far like I said, value, 9-year, 50 proof. I mean 50 proof, 50%, 100 proof. It's there. It's there.
All right. So I added all mine up. I'm at a 67.
Oh, we're doing Italian.
I'm at a 77.
All right. I'll add them up.
Wait, what are you guys at?
Bumpy's at a 77.
Dan's at a 67.
What do you got, Tanner?
I'm at 69.
All right.
Let me do my math one more time on the calculator. I thought that was going to be in the 70s. Maybe not.
We're at an average of 71.
That's barely over the. What was the shitty
We've
one?
been given like medals and stuff. Yeah, actually, no, I'm at a 70. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're at a 70?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
I tried to do the math in my head quick.
71.5.
Yeah, 70.
Yeah,
I'm at
71. So we're at 71, yeah. 71.3. So 71 average.
So I was at a 70. Bumpy was at what? Just writing on my
77.
thing. 77. Bumpy liked it the most. Dan was at a
67.
and the total is a 71, you said?
Yep.
That's not bad. I feel like it should have been. I don't know, when you totally categorize it and kind of think about it like this.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but
It's
if
that,
I were
that's
to-
kind of weird. That's kind of weird. So the past three we've done, Makers got an average of 74. Small Batch got an average of 73 or 1792. Sorry. And Knob Creek got a 71. We were one off of just being an increment lower. So 74, 73, 71.
Which one got 74?
Makers.
Which one? What did Russell's get? What did Russell's and
Russell's got an 81.
What
That's
was
like
Wild?
blowing them all away.
So Russell's is still ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Russell's, Wild Turkey 101, Makers 1792, Knob Creek, and Four Roses.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention and doing this correctly.
The Four Roses is still
So,
$5 shit.
but we've continuously been in kind of like this $30 $7.50 realm.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, we don't have to do this every week because I know, like Dan was saying, it's kind of hard for us to do a bottle every week. But there are nips.
Yeah.
So if there's any nips, we can.
Yeah, if it's something they offer in smaller bottles, I guess it's not too bad. But it's
Regular,
just,
we could do like regular Evan Williams and Jim Beam if you guys really wanted to. That would be fun. It's like the dollar
honestly, I really want to do the Jim Beam Devil's Cut.
We could do the dollar ones.
That's another cheap one.
Devil's Cut. I don't know. I'd have to go to Yankee Spirits and see if they have it because who was it? Jim Beam Devil's Cut. I don't know if that one's readily available.
I want to say that one's in nips.
Why do they call it Devil's Cut? Like, what is the thing behind it?
It's they extract it out of the wood.
Oh, Devil's Cut 175. Yeah, I can get 750. I can get a 750. Oh, okay, this is cool. Yeah, I've seen this before. I don't know if I've done a review on it on my channel. I know I did the extra aged, or it used to be called double aged. What is it called now? Extra aged or double aged?
I think it's still double aged.
Double aged? Yeah, it used to be called extra aged.
It's got like a blue label.
No, that's the double oaked.
Oh,
Double
it's the
oak.
double oak.
Double oak is there's a lot of Jim Beam stuff.
If we wait a couple weeks, I'd like to do Elijah Craig.
Which one? The regular small batch? That what you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I have a barrel proof, but
Oh, I have done. I reviewed the Devil's Cut in 2017. But yeah, we could definitely do an examination on it. That'd be fun to go back and review it again.
You want to wait a couple of weeks and do an Elijah Craig? You said.
yeah, I mean, if we can find something cheap,
That's what I said. We
cheap
can do
for
Evan
next
Williams. We can do Evan Williams nips if, as long as I can do review. I don't mind doing stuff that I've already reviewed if it's an examination. Plus, I haven't had it in a while, so we can even do like regular, like I said, like regular Evan Williams, Jim Beam. Any of those would be fine. You guys want to
I think we would have to do. We'd have to start out with regular Elijah Craig, right? Could have just do toasted barrel, right?
I have toasted barrel, but toasted barrel's hard to find though, Dan.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that. That's
The new barrel proof just came out too. That's hard to find though. It's expensive too.
I have toasted barrel. I'm gonna drink some of that after.
I heard Maker's Mark has a new one out too.
Yeah, 12-year. Yep.
It's like $150 though for a bottle.
Yeah. The guy at the small liquor store that just opened up, he told me that in 2 weeks they'll be getting the new Larceny barrel proof, and they just sold out of the Basil Hayden's 10-year that just came out. But we'll talk about it. I don't want to take up too much time on this.
Oh no, we're hanging. You guys got shout outs or possibly some last thoughts on the Knob Creek 9-year small batch?
I'm enjoying it. I think it was a good recommendation from you, Tanner, because you were the first one to pick it up, and you.
I initially bought this because I had an event, so I wanted a little bottle.
I think it's like a.
And I didn't drink. I only drank like a little bit of it, but I saw it and I was like, "I'll try."
I think this is like a good old boys whiskey.
What?
A good old boys whiskey.
Like hanging out with friends?
Yeah, I think this is just like hanging out at a bonfire, passing around a bottle.
Yeah.
Kind
Oh
of.
yeah, all day. That's what Bumpy was saying. This is totally like you go camping and everybody's just kind of hanging out. It's one of those.
Right.
It will warm you up on a chill night.
This is one of those whiskeys, and I've said it before. This is one of those whiskeys where you kind of just you can sit and sip on it, and either way, you can examine it, and it's solid, or you can just kind of not really focus about it and just drink it and enjoy company and stuff. And it's still a really good bourbon. Like, you don't need to sit there and really, like, especially the value and the price. It's not one of those whiskeys where you need to, like, you're not spending $100 on a bottle and you have to be like, I must sit down and examine this and talk about how great the flavor notes are. No, you can just kind of
take out a thimble and
yeah,
have each one of my friends try it because it's too expensive to share.
I think I'm gonna get like a nice notebook or something and start writing all these in there.
Yeah, we should. I know, right?
You're gonna be like
I'm mad because we didn't write down, or at least I didn't save it the wild turkey and the.
We have the video. You really have to go watch it back.
Yeah, I don't have 5 hours though.
No, you just go to the end and figure out what the total was.
No, I have the total and stuff. I mean, my individual like flavor and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
I have mine. They're just in this. But yeah, I would like to transfer it over into like a different, its own specific notebook.
I might do an Excel file. We'll see.
That'd be cool. Shout outs, guys? Or Bumpy, you got any last thoughts? I know.
Yeah, no real last thoughts. I mean, I mentioned kind of, glad that you mentioned picking this one up. I enjoyed it a bit more than you guys did. But yeah, liking it. As far as any real shout outs on my channel, I'm trying to put out at least a video a week. That's about it. Still have some 50-point inspections coming up that I did. I may try to switch it up again a little bit and just kind of veer off from actually giving any points to a beer, because I think sometimes you have things that are so good, or they're good enough that saying one is like definitely better than the other by giving it a score sometimes I think can be more harmful than helpful when it comes to directing people towards certain breweries or beers. So I may try to just go more towards like talking about the beer that I'm doing, and if I like it, like what I like about it or whatnot. Or if I don't like it, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, get it, it's a great beer, but maybe just like less score and just more of directional. Yes, it's a good one type thing. But we'll see. I haven't actually recorded myself doing it, so I'm not sure how easy that will be either. Because the whole 50-point inspection thing kind of it drove me in a certain direction as to it may have been skewed, but I'm just kind of putting down my numbers and then it comes up to what it was. But it's kind of just in my head right now of where I'm thinking about going with my beer reviews anyways. So that's that. No live streams except for the one I did with John last week.
Hopefully, New Brew will be back up and running soon. What about you, Dan?
No.
I'd like to shout out Bourbon Hunter. I like his videos. Kind of a younger kid. I believe
That channel.
I believe he's down in Texas, that area. Maybe Georgia. Anyways, I don't know. I'm addicted to watching the bourbon hunting. It's fun. I like those videos. But his channel in particular, pretty cool. Yeah, as far as our channel, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We might have to close down shop pretty soon. We're almost out of content.
Unreal.
No, actually, I was tinkering around going in the vault. I was looking in our vault, kind of seeing if there's anything that maybe I could unvault. Some of them are really old, cringeworthy StreamYards, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe you'll see one here or there. Yeah. We're almost all done with the Sierra Hotel stuff, and we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. Other than that, yeah, this continues to be fun. I enjoy it. Yeah, this is a really cool way to measure up the bourbons. So,
Yeah, different aspect of just doing it. Like doing a review by myself. I do like doing the examinations. You get the other person's perspective, and it can help you go up or down as far as your score and stuff. It's always fun. Yeah, so thank you to everybody who was watching the show, participating in the show. Dan, I am Dan. He's not Mike anymore. He's not Mike anymore. And Bumpy Road Brewers.
He dropped the mic.
Yeah. Dan, FLXB Reviews. Like I said, I'm going to fix the description. Because apparently, posting in StreamYard at someone's thing does not actually create a link. It just says it. So I have to go back and definitely check both these guys out. It's fruit flying in front of my face. Yeah, check both these guys out. Shout out to the chat. Poppy Eats, Angie, Creative Vibrations, and Tommy Carroll. Cheers. Yeah, these are always really fun. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get like a designated notebook or something for keeping track of everything. Yeah, Russell's still holds the crown for the most part. And yeah, depending on how long we do this, maybe we'll do some other head-to-heads.
It's gonna be a big day when Russell's falls. It could be a big day.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we're also
we're also
in a price range, and like I said, these typically have been just kind of replacing the time frame where in New Brew, I typically have Mondays or around this time. Mondays
I
I
have
have
Mondays
off.
off too.
Well, not off, but I have time.
Monday's my
I
day.
don't do anything else. I'm just kind of just hanging at my house. So it is nice to just do these examinations. So possibly look out for more in the future around like 8:30. Watch the playback if you want. And yeah, as far as shout outs, I am a little bit behind. I do have some videos. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm probably going to be recording some new content. I have been recording stuff, but I also actually still have some videos from Beer Tuber Palooza left. I have maybe 3 videos I need to edit and upload. Just been kind of doing things around the house and work and stuff. But yeah, definitely look out for those videos being posted on my channel. Shout outs for other people. Definitely just gonna shout out the guys that were at Beer Tuber Palooza. Matt from Massive Beer Reviews and Nerd Sense with Sean and Mike. And also shout out to Steven, the resource. He's actually in one of my reviews, which was fun. And Joe and his wife Amanda. And yeah, there wasn't too many people this year, but it was definitely a good time. Dan and Bumpy and Joe and Mike didn't go, so it was a little different at first because I wasn't really too familiar with hanging out with them. I kind of hung out with you guys the first year, so it was definitely a little different. But after first day, after Friday, they're all really cool people to kind of hang out with, get along with. But yeah, definitely check them out. So Nerd Sense and Matt from Massive Beer Reviews, and yeah, this is fun. We'll probably be picking something in the near future, do it on another Monday. Yeah, I guess that's it. Is there anything else you guys want to say? No? This is Alex the Beer Master. No, shoot. But yeah. Well, there you have it. If there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my upcoming videos. Like beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. I'm gonna go listen to my music.
All right.